You're not old.
I just turned 1 last month.
1?
That's right. Want to know my secret? It's 8-bit yoga.
So did any of you know that I'm a big WarioWare fan? I don't think I've made it too apparent over the years. The original experiment that launched the series as a modest GBA game is still an all-time favorite of mine, and it was interesting to see how with each sequel, while the same idea of totally weird and super brief games and rapid succession with a candy shell of equally insane characters and scenarios stuck around, Nintendo always seemed to want to have some sort of different control scheme there, or some sort of gimmick, be it a gyro meter, touch controls, the Wii mode, or even making your own games. At least until they decided to take a more standard minigame approach with Game & Wario, which just resulted in the series having a serious off day.
This is like a Flash-based game, something you would play via email.
I don't know if that game's lackluster reception or some other decisions within Nintendo led to this series going on ice for the next 5 years, and I also don't know why the next game is a 3DS exclusive so late in the console's life. Hopefully they consider a remaster for the Switch. And why haven't they not done another game like WarioWare Touch for smartphones? It'd be perfect. Have you not read about all these concerned parents regarding shorter attention spans and fleeting attractions to longer games that you can't just use touch controls for? You're a big greedy conglomerate, Nintendo. Capitalize on that laziness. But better late than never, we now have WarioWare Gold. And despite me already being behind enough on finishing the first part of WarioWare Toon that I promised for August, this just felt too personally important to release for me to not touch on. And this is late too, considering the game has been out here in the States for almost 2 months, but well, I have several reasons for that. Gold feels like something of a comeback tour for the series, since it plays like the equivalent of a remastered greatest hits album with new tracks sprinkled in. Rather than come up with a whole new control gimmick or solely stick to one of the previous ones, it now categorizes games and levels into 3 styles, relying either on traditional buttons, tilting, or touch controls, with a few of the microphone games from Touch also popping up later on.
My games will blow you away.
Microgames from throughout the series' history, even from Smooth Moves, they were able to adapt some of those to these control templates. Make up maybe 5/6 of the lineup here, but there's still a decent amount of completely new microgames for veterans. All of these can vary from just making Wario jump, to blocking the door, from oh my god, bear is knocking!
How can that be?
To weighing fish, to shaving the world, yes, shaving, not saving, to actions that remind me of far less cheery Japanese media.
I have to pass you the baton!
Yeah, take that, Guitar Hero. You'll never be this elegant.
Okay, you do know I play games to escape mundane stuff like this, right, Nintendo? Now, even though I legit love these characters conceptually in general, and personally wise with a couple, the WarioWare series has always prioritized dialogue and story even less than Mario.
Until today!
I don't know who decided to give this series the fully voiced treatment, but brother, as a fanboy, it is wonderful. Charles Martinet gets to let loose as Wario like never before, and the rest of the cast are brought to life by a bunch of talented game and anime voice actors you've probably heard in at least one other thing.
You got your Dragon Ball and you're Walking Dead in my WarioWare.
But the scenarios are still just as random as before, even with full conversations added in. 9Volt's mom gets hooked on a beefy TV personality, Crygor's chased by a homicidal robot, 18Volt has an impromptu rap battle, Mona admits Wario is her fashion icon, TMI Mona. And what does Oregon do with all his fancy alien technology? Go through a drive-thru. More than once.
Yeah, we're all out of hamburgers.
Understood. I will procure the hams you require to complete my order.
The switch to dialogue-based humor over the old, purely visual attempts might throw off some people, but I laughed out loud on multiple occasions, and the worst thing I can say about the performances is that not everyone fits what I imagined some of the crew to sound like. I never took Cat for a chain smoker.
Time to crush this ninja test!
And alas, Dr. Crygor has had all the off-kilter fabulousness sucked right out of him.
Simon! Goose please!
Moment of silence for that glorious moneymaker. But my biggest legit complaint about these cutscenes is the visuals, or lack thereof. Seriously, look at how little actual animation these really have. Newsflash, Nintendo, the days of Speed Racer are long gone.
You know, I'm not really your father, haha!
Oh!
I was all set to make a joke about how the animation budget must have gone to the voice recording instead, but the actual in-game HUDs still have those tween, bouncy character movements from the Wii and Wii U era. It's all a bit puzzling. It's also worth noting that how much playtime you'll get out of this game depends on your personal completionist itch, or lack thereof. I beat the story in a single 2 to 3 hour sitting, but the game continues to give you incentives to keep playing and experimenting long after the credits roll. More alternate modes of play than any previous entry can be unlocked.
Dribble drive!
And an in-game currency and gacha system rewards you with unique mini-games, in-game achievements, a gallery that's basically a virtual Nintendo museum, high-quality music players for songs from the series' whole history, and best of all, not just a cutscene replay, but the insanely glorious ability to dub over any character in them with a 3DS mic. And given that many people have taken to uploading their acting tour de forces, you bet that now's the perfect time to showcase some of their efforts.
Eat my butt.
Oh no, I can't play my Fortnite 3DS, Ma!
No, sir, I don't get.
Propane bot number 2. Face recognition.
Time to get naked and watch TV.
Let me guess. Strippers, am I right?
Kinda.
Yep, I am.
Kakarot, I will kill you!
I love him. And that stash.
Love them, but you're in high school. Yo, come on. It's huge. They just don't understand. Yep, Bob.
It gets an 8.5. Go play it. If you aren't convinced by that montage, there's no hope for you. Although Cat and Anna's micro and boss games that require you to perfectly replicate these lines can go die in a fire. Not going back for high score in their level. And now I need to get back to devoting my free time to WarioWare Toon 7. If I knew just how many dozens of hours I had sunk into it already, well, I don't want to know that. But that cutscene issue I mentioned, I wish there was something I could do about it.
We'll get started right after the break!
Who needs a break? I'm ready to go now.